Hey guys, I'm Boot. We're in New Jersey, and today we are going to expose 600-pound lies that have been told. Today we're talking with a good buddy of mine from Connecticut, Kyle from On the Brain Entertainment, as well as Who They Want Podcast. And where else can they find you, Kyle?
A for Abled. You can find me on Instagram. I'm pretty much everywhere. Am I active everywhere? Not all the time, but I'm getting there. But yeah, A for Abled, On the Brain, Who They Want Entertainment. You can find me on those three platforms.
Right on. So moving right along, today we're going to be talking about a show that we were unfortunate enough to be on, myself and my wife, as well as her sister. Unfortunately, things were not as truthful as you would believe for a reality television show. And with that said, here I have Allie with us today, my wife, who is also the sister of Gina. And Allie, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Allie. I'm Gina's older sister. And before I start saying anything, I just want to say that this is my experience. This is my sister's experience. This is my family's experience. I cannot speak for any other people that were part of this reality show. I'm only speaking on my experience, my sister's experience, and my family's experience. We have been silent for 2 years, and she doesn't have a voice anymore. I'm going to be her voice, and I'm also going to voice how it made me feel, because this whole experience as a whole was extremely traumatic for me and my family. And I'm tired of letting people on the internet invalidate that situation and bully my family and bully my sister. So I'm here just to tell the truth. I'm not here to change your mind. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like my sister. But I'm telling the truth. So that's what I want to do. You can find me on YouTube for Allie S and TikTok, which I don't know my TikTok by heart. My TikTok is at Allie_Sams.
Oh, okay.
And that is where you can find me.
But if you're here, you probably already know Gina through YouTube, Facebook, wherever, TikTok. She was really big on TikTok. And, you know, if you guys have followed her on there, you probably followed the show as well, thinking you were going to get some kind of inside info, when unfortunately there was a lot of miscommunications and a lot of lies that happened there. And just the narrative of a television show trying to get ratings rather than care for the physical or mental well-being of patients or potential patients who actually were never even patients. So first thing was the bathing in a month or whatever thing. So go ahead and knock that one out of the park.
So that's not true. Yes, did she not go upstairs to shower very often? Absolutely. But she was bathing upstairs in the shower. But they did it downstairs in our half bath.
So they made her bathe in the downstairs bathroom where there was no shower.
Right, and also at the same time, like, you know, she our bathroom upstairs is really, really small.
Yeah.
So to be honest, there probably wouldn't have been a lot of space for cameras. Yeah. So it was not once a month that she bathed downstairs.
No.
That is false.
And that was just a preview clip.
Right, yeah. Exactly. That was just the intro.
Mm-hmm.
12 seconds in, they already got it wrong.
12 seconds in, they're already telling lies.
Right.
Yeah. Something I want to talk about, first of all, is that when you see my sister eating on this show, a lot of those times she would be taking a napkin and spitting the food out because she simply could not eat the amount of food that was put in front of her. Okay. Also, anything that she consumed on camera had to be approved by production. She did not just she gave examples of what she liked to eat, but they had to approve more, bigger. It was always bigger.
Oh yeah, they always wanted it to be like 3 times what it was. And then the worst part is that when she was trying to get food from like normal places, they were like, no. They're like, you have to eat at a drive-through and you have to get as much as possible
Yeah,
and
but
make it look.
That's not for this episode. That's when we get to seeing her at fast food places.
Right.
This part that we're gonna see right now is just the eating at the house part.
Sound good?
And also that filming was only 3 months.
Right. Exactly. The entire time of filming was only 3 months.
She started in October, wrapped in December, and then her episode aired in January.
On her birthday. She did. I remember she was
on
already
her
wrapped.
birthday, January 9th with her voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
Her voiceover ended January 9th, but filming wrapped in December.
Yeah.
And the show aired at the end of January. So, just saying. All right, let's continue.
That right there.
Yeah.
That was staged.
And her face being so red, it just again shows how much anxiety she was having with eating on camera.
Yep.
You know, these cameramen are right in your face with big, huge cameras. So she very anxious to eat in front of them. Obviously, she knew it was a part of the process. I'm not saying that she didn't. I'm not saying that she wasn't made aware of that being a part of the show. But
she wouldn't have eaten that stuff normally, though. Not like that.
And her anxiety, what happened with her anxiety when she would have when her heart rate would get up, her face would turn red, bright red. And just I'm seeing the bright red. But we also spoke every night at the end of filming.
Yeah.
And all kind of talked about what was done for the day, and everyone was pretty much aware, or we thought we were under the impression that we were aware. And then this episode aired and it was like we were duped. That's how it was. So.
Exactly. All right, let's move on to the next clip. So right here, this was not a year like they said. It was only 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
And of shooting, and it aired January 30th.
Yep.
So if it aired January 30th and our wedding was November they started 16th. Shooting in October because I remember they made us take down our October Halloween decorations.
Yeah.
Because they said, for continuity and whatnot.
Right, exactly.
So they shot for 3 months. It was no year.
No.
So
absolutely not.
All right, moving on. She wasn't even 600 pounds. We talked about this.
600 pounds.
Right.
Yeah, that is a note that I have written down.
Mm-hmm.
She was under 600 pounds, and she even said to producers, is this going to be okay? Am I still going to be able to get help because I'm under 600 pounds? And they're like, yeah. No worries.
She would call me with that same concern. Like when we would have our chat, she would say, I don't think they'll even pick me because I'm not even 600 pounds. She was under that because at the time she was exercising herself.
Yes, and dancing on YouTube is how they found her. The clip that we saw before this breaks my heart because that was at our rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
For our rehearsal for our wedding, and she was so sick.
Oh yeah.
And
poor girl. She had almost no voice.
It was so overwhelming. This was the first time her seeing family members for such a long period of time.
Yeah.
And again, cameras are in your face, shoved in your face.
Yeah.
Yes, she signed up for that. I can't, I get that, but that just breaks my heart because her face is red. She's crying. I know she's having a panic attack. And, nobody really ever touches on that. So let's continue.
Stop for a second. Just for a second. Who the heck wrote this?
That's what I'm saying.
It's the producer, editor people.
Yeah.
Like I said, they had a narrative that they wanted to achieve.
Right.
Something that my personal experience with this is that my sister was preyed upon. She was exploited for her weight, okay? And we were all under the impression that she was genuinely going to get help, and they did not provide her with help. And we will get into that in later parts.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go into it right now, but my sister called me when she was doing the voiceover, and I think I even have text messages, and she kept saying, Allie, this is not right. I said, this is not our story. What is this? And they said that it was to fit the narrative that the main executive producer wanted it to be.
Now, that is only to me, I can only understand that if this was a fictional drama. If she was an actor and they wanted her to act a certain way, sure. And I know that they have to fit certain things for TV. But if you're trying to show the real life of someone, then fitting a narrative of yours should not be the priority. Fitting showing how they are should be the priority.
Right. And the thing is like, we trusted them, at least the people that we interacted with on a dated, when they were in our home or at our wedding. We trusted those people because we were under the impression that they had her best interests at heart.
Right.
That is why we kept encouraging her when she had doubts, because she had doubts. Yep. She had doubts, and we will talk about that too. Mm-hmm. But we were under the impression that they had her best interest, and it just wasn't it. It didn't happen.
Yep.
And at the end of all of this, I will have a special episode where I will show text conversation, because this is not me just reacting and crying and whining because my sister was on a TV show and people are bullying her and hating on her on the internet. No, what makes me so upset is that it's so far-fetched from the truth of her story that it's fake.
Right.
It's
not reality. Reality TV, real. That's fake. It's completely fake. And we're just going to debunk the whole thing. So let's continue on, because we haven't even made it a whole 2 minutes in yet.
And that's also very sad that we haven't even made it two.
I know, and it's just lie after lie.
And you have to just please bear with me if you're watching this.
You don't have to tell anybody that you're emotional about it. We can see it. You know what I mean? Trust me, things better left unsaid as they show up.
And she was never forced to bathe.
Right. Exactly.
And they made her wear that outfit.
Right.
They said it had to be a sports bra and biker shorts.
Right. Basically, so everything hangs out.
Yeah.
They had to make her look as fat as humanly possible, to look as disgusting as humanly possible to fit their narrative.
Oh my God, wait a minute. In the intro, they did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, everybody in the intro. I never
noticed that before, but some of the other people involved that were female were wearing two pieces.
Yep. I think it was either a bra and panty or a sports bra and biker shorts. And Gina opted for biker shorts and a sports bra.
Yep.
She had to wear that, and she had to wear that outfit for like 5 days.
Yeah. That was crazy.
All right, let's continue. We have a lot to get through.
All right, let's see. All right, so that was kind of over dramatic as well. And of course, the angles that they use in the next scene, I think we're going to discuss. But the fact that she was too big for the bath is BS.
But
she took baths.
You can't call it a fact then if it's BS.
Well, it is. That's the thing. Is that it's complete BS. But at the same time, like, she took showers more than once a month. Like, the girl would change her clothes multiple times in a day, let alone how many showers she took in a week. You know what I mean?
I can confirm that too.
Yes. And, it was a pain in the ass because she couldn't really go upstairs. But at the same time, she bathed more than they made it out to be. The once a month bathing thing is a total crock.
Because that's to fit the narrative that fat people have bad hygiene.
Exactly. Okay, right there, I'm going to call BS. Because, unfortunately, I understand that, that's their relationship and they chose to show it on camera as the way they showed it on camera. but that was not how their relationship would play out most of the time. Their relationship, yes, Beth would take care of her and help her, but not without complete and utter breakdown, incident, argument, screaming and yelling.
So I have a question regarding that.
Yeah.
Was there times where she had to help her get dressed?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Yeah, just a little bit. Like put her shoes on and that's about it. Like tying her shoes.
put her shoes on. Okay.
Like that's it.
You say she could get dressed.
She could get dressed herself for the most part, yeah. And she always did, you know. It was just a matter of, because the kitchen like was where their clothes were in the other room.
Yeah.
So Beth would always go get the clothes out of the stuff because Gina couldn't get behind the table to get into the closet and try to find everything there. So usually she just asked Beth to go grab it for her, you know. But you know, their dynamic was a lot different than it seems here, and unfortunately that it's very much viewed, or it was very much seen, was that Beth was doing everything to take care of Gina all the time. And that just wasn't the truth. There is another part.
We didn't even get to those parts yet. So.
No, we didn't even get to the next part here.
But it isn't the dynamic.
But that is the dynamic. That is the dynamic.
No, the dynamic between Gina and Beth that they portrayed on this show is not.
Well, just right now, what we just saw was Beth saying, okay, and getting up and doing it. That is far from what the truth was.
Right, that was not the dynamic.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, exactly. As far as this clip goes, yes, I can see you're very unhappy. Would you like to explain?
No.
No, you wouldn't like to explain?
No, I would. I'm just saying that. No, Beth did not do everything for everybody in my house.
Right.
No, Beth did not always cook everybody a meal. No, Beth did not take care of me or Keith or my mom. Would she maybe once in a while make my mom breakfast? Of course, out of respect.
Right.
But they made it
or
sound
if she cooked like a big dinner, then like if there was leftovers, then we would eat whatever they had. If not, then we would make our own food.
They made it seem as if
Beth did everything for everyone.
All of us. Mm-hmm. That Beth took care of all of us. And I'm sorry, but that is just simply false. That is not the truth.
Right.
At this time, I had a job. My husband had a job. Mm-hmm. Like, no. Like, just no. Like, my mom paid most of the bills. Like, no.
And well, they had their own bills they were responsible for.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
But, like, that's the thing. Like, it's just very frustrating that they painted. This is not the only time that they painted the picture that Beth was basically like the slave in our home.
Right.
And we just abused her and manipulated her and made her bring us food.
Right.
Which is so far from the truth. It makes me so angry.
Good catch.
Like, I'm not saying anything against Beth.
No.
You know, but Beth is not a hero. She's not the hero. Okay? She is not the hero. And she got praised and she was told to get away from my sister. And that is, y'all don't even know how their relationship was, because this did not even depict what their relationship was. Obviously, I'm not saying I wanted people to go hate and bully her. I don't want that for anybody.
No, I think we all experienced enough of that, you know,
but it is not,
during the show.
It is not fair to say that she took care of everyone in the house when that is just not the truth. And it makes me heated, and it makes me angry, and it makes me sad, because I've been through a fucking lot. My mom has been through a lot, and my sister has been through a lot. We do not take advantage of people at all. And that's it. Like, that's it. But everyone that watched the episode thought Beth was the high almighty God. And you know what? That's just, I'm sorry, that's not how it is. That's not how it was.
Yeah.
I was there, Keith was there, my mom was there through their entire time they've been together. You're watching seconds of a edited show to fit a narrative that is not my sister's truth. I'm sorry. And I'm sure I'm going to go into this more as the episode goes on.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just appalled because, like I said, when I was watching this earlier, I had watched it when this initially came out,
Right.
and I'll go into more detail as we go along. But I only got through 13 minutes.
Yeah.
After rewatching it, as your longtime friend at this point, I'm appalled about how this was handled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was extremely hard to watch because, like Ali said, we did, every night we all sat down and talked about what we did that day, what we shot, what was said, so that words couldn't get twisted after the fact.
But they still got twisted.
But they still got twisted because they, like Ali said, they're trying to fit the narrative that, basically they're fitting a narrative that will sell, you know what I mean, rather than the truth.
But it's funny because they portrayed my mom and I and you as Gina's enablers.
Right.
Didn't portray Beth as an enabler. But Beth was one of her biggest enablers too.
Right.
They didn't give her that label. They gave her like, poor Beth, she needs a break from Gina because Gina's just too much.
Right.
And that infuriates me.
Yeah.
No end. Because Beth did stuff for my sister. No one's taking that away from her.
No.
But she did it because they were she loved her.
Right.
Nobody forced her to take care of things with Gina. Okay? Like, Gina would even say that she didn't want that. But Gina took care of Beth. And that was not shown in the show at all. Gina had a huge heart and took care of Beth a lot. And this was not shown. And that, again,
hurts to watch.
Hurts.
As somebody who knows her and knows what kind of person she is, for all of this to go down the way it did is just breaks your heart.
It breaks my heart. It makes me so sad because Gina didn't deserve that.
No.
Every night after we would film, Gina, when we would wrap, Gina would write all the staff notes.
Yep.
How much she liked them, how appreciated she felt with them. And then when we watched this episode, she felt betrayed.
Yeah.
And I feel betrayed.
Yep.
Because I was under the impression this was going to go very differently because I said stuff that wasn't even aired.
Yeah. Yep.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah.